Oh man, oh man, oh man. And there's a lot of very, very colorful photos in this article. But beneath each full moon, on the outskirts of a village in central Mexico, a group of women in nun habits circle around a roaming fire, cleanse themselves with burning sage, and give thanks for the moon, animals, and plants. Then they inhale deeply from a joint and blow clouds of marijuana into the flames. Despite their clothing, the women are not Catholic or any other religion. They are part of an international group founded in 2014 called Sisters of the Valley, which has pledged to spread the gospel of the healing powers of cannabis. In the United States, where around 24 states have legalized adult use cannabis, the group has also launched a successful small business selling CBD tinctures, oils, and salves online, and raking in over $500,000 last year. But in Mexico, where a drug war has ravaged the country and Christianity has embattled in society, the image of a marijuana-smoking nun is more an act of rebellion, the women say. Okay, we can kill the music now. The sisters frequently post on social media, primarily Instagram, where they can be seen caring for cannabis crops, giving workshops, and attending cannabis-related events. They have events. The product sales are a fraction of that of their U.S. sisters, around $10,000 annually. And while prominent online, the women, 5 in total, are cautious about giving away too much about their location of their operations. They conduct business out of a 2-story concrete vault storefront with 1 finished room because cannabis site is in a legal gray area in Mexico, and much of its production is still tied to criminal organizations. They worry police or local gangsters could arrive to threaten or extort them. On a recent weekend when Reuters visited, the curtains remained drawn. Besides bundles of marijuana dried in clandestine services, hanging from a tucked-away laundry line or hidden in the stove. In quotes, the sisterhood is in a totally different context here in Mexico because of how religious the country is and because of the plant's ties to cartels, said one of the nuns, who uses the moniker Sister Bernadette online and asked not to give her real name for fear of reprisal. In her main job as a homeopathic practitioner, she prescribes marijuana to her patients with cancer, joint pain, and insomnia. In quotes, we want to take the plant back from the narcos, she said. The sisters fashioned themselves after a lay religious movement, the beginnies, that dates back to the Middle Ages. The group, made up of single women, devoted itself to spirituality, scholarship, and charity, but took no formal vows. So that, you know what that means. The sisters globally say they wear habits to protect uniformity and respect for the plant, but they also know it catches media attention. Under the guidance of Alil Paz, a chemist and marijuana researcher working with the group, the sisters in Mexico grew a modest crop. The pot plants in old paint buckets and placed them in rows between 4 unfurnished concrete walls on a rooftop. Once grown, the sisters moved the plants to walled-off private gardens they identified with help from supportive older women in the community. The participation is linked to weekends, and they can steal away from their lives, powered by a seemingly never-ending stream of joints and packaged pipe bowls. These women spend time at the farm pruning plants, producing cannabinoid salves or weighing and storing different strains labeled dated in glass coffee jars. They also visit others in Mexico, pushing for full legalization in the growing cannabis community, or give workshops that teach on everything from how to make weed infusions in the chemistry behind the plant. Business potential aside, they argue that the fight against drugs in Latin America has been a failure, leading to widespread violence and mass incarceration. But in a roughly 75% Catholic majority conservative country, locked in a drug war with criminal groups for nearly 20 years, joining the sisters has created tension in nearly all the women's families. Its founder in Mexico, who calls herself Sister Camila online and declined to give her real name, grew up in an evangelical household and left home at 16, due in part to her mother's strict religious code, she said. When she started Sisters of the Valley, Mexico, the relationship became even more strained. In quotes, "It was hard for her to accept," she said. "She had certain ideas heavily shaped by religion. But today, after lengthy discussions about the plant and the legalization movement, her mother is pivotal to the group's operations, helping to maintain the farm and offering other logistical support," she said. She got her mom trapping. For another nun who works as a church secretary, uses the moniker Sister Kika, and asked her name not be used. The mission is clear. In quotes, she says, "It's time to put an end to this stupidity," she said. Well. Are these nuns going to be the thorn that breaks the cartel and the narcos? I wonder. Time will tell. And this is Jason Beck for the High at 9 News. What do you guys think of these sisters in Mexico?
All right. I absolutely love this story, and I think it would make an awesome sequel to Machine Gun Preacher. Shout out my guy, Gerard Butler. but in real life, I can't help but believe, man, these nuns are about to get sprayed up.
Hold on. What if one of these nuns they're not using their real name, and one of these nuns is Giselle Blanco?
It don't matter. It don't matter. Dude, Chapo ain't down there. Like, they are battling right now, and they've taken over the state. They have taken over like the political system. Was it like 133 politicians got murdered last year that were running for office? Like it's crazy down there. In real life, like they gonna get sprayed up, bro.
With God, they ain't gonna spray us. Yeah, all right. Okay. You ever heard of Swisher Raps? They gonna sell you guys scripture raps.
Scripture raps. Oh, that's a hot product right there.
Oh, they can have Bible verses on the paper.
Oh man.
The scriptures. And they're gonna put all the Bible verses where someone was talking on something, and they're just gonna have those specific verses on the paper and stuff. And get some of these scripture.
They're gonna be like fortune cookie wraps, but with scriptures on there.
Scriptures on.
I love this story. Yeah, I love this story, like every part of it. And I love the pictures in it. Reuters did a damn good job.
Oh, bro, the pictures are amazing in this story.
They're fantastic. But in real life, go ahead, Rochelle. Sorry about that.
I've met some of these sisters before. This is a picture of me with one of them. If you can see it.
Oh, hold on. Lower it a little. Lower it a little. Yep. There we go.
Awesome.
Yep. Oh, look at you, Rochelle. I love it.
She got the strap on Rochelle with the narco mommies.
Yep.
We have a group here in California.
Yeah.
Have you ever met any of these people, Jason, here in California?
I have not.
The Nuns of the Valley here, I think.
Yeah, we have covered them.
They wear habits everywhere they go.
Yeah.
And I had a chance to talk to them. It's like they are not religious at all. In Mexico, the saying is pluma or plata, silver or lead. You pay me or I shoot you.
Yeah.
And at some point, it's like you can't outrun a bullet. And I don't know if they're going to, hold them up for money. But if you make the cartels look bad, they'll be digging your bones up in the desert. How that game gets played.
I wonder. I'm just thinking. I'm willing to bet that the cartels could easily use these ladies to smuggle stuff because they're going to be way less suspicious driving around or anything just in their uniform. So I'm willing to bet there's some kind of trade-off for them to being able to do this.
Yeah, because now the cartel can be a face figure, and they can just have these nuns that they're paying under the low to do it. I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, once you tell a nun something like this, and this is just realistically speaking, I've done business with the cartels. I'm a former trapper, and what they're going to do, they're going to tell the nuns this: we will either have you raped, tortured, then killed. We will torture, then rape you, then kill you. But either way, shape, or form, this is what we're going to do to you unless you lay down and you do exactly what we say. So I don't, even them being put in these magazines and put out there and everything else, but yet they don't want to tell you their names. To me, all of this screams cartel, which all of it still screams DEA, which all of it still screams nefarious individuals at the top. So
Oh,
I don't buy all this in any way, shape, or form. I'm not even remotely close to believing that these nuns think they're going to take on the cartel. It's just the biggest joke in United States history.
Hey, Rochelle, did you get to smoke with the nun, or did you just meet her?
I think Rochelle's thing froze. I think her computer died. She just sent me a text.
Yeah, I would put that on my bucket list, man. I would love to smoke with one of these tatted up nuns.
I think we should. I think we should.
Fantastic.
Maybe we'll invite them over to the studio and do a little film.
Yeah, I don't want to smoke with any nuns. Hey, cartel, if you're watching, I don't want to smoke with any of the nuns that you not sending. I'm cool with the nuns you send. The ones you're not sending, I don't want to smoke with. They don't want to put their names out. I don't want to smoke with nobody who don't want you to know their name. All right, so I'm smoking with the ones you gonna send that's gonna tell me their name. But the ones that don't,
I'll smoke with the Oakland-based ones, not the Mexico.
Yeah,
ones.
I'm with the Oakland ones. I'm out of Oakland. I'm gonna rock with them and talk one with them.
Oh boy, you guys.